Have you ever thought about how to make money with low content books on Amazon KDP with the help of Canva? In this video, I will show you the complete process in Canva to make low content books from scratch, how to properly design and format low content books in Canva for Amazon KDP. And I'm also going to reveal the secret that you need to know to sell all these books better on Amazon KDP. So let's get started. To start with the creation of our book, first we have to analyze the keyword in which one we want to rank for this book. It's very important to first make an analysis of what is already working and to inspire us from this. To do this, I like to use a tool that is called Spy. So to try out this tool, I'm just gonna go and search for this keyword. Travel journal for women. So I'm gonna see this one over here. And I'm gonna go and see what my tool says. So I'm just gonna be using this one, Spy. And over here, with this, we can see within the categories we choose the best keywords. And over here, we can see the number of length. We can see the price that people are selling these journals for. So over here, we can see that this one on here, it's selling 1,353 journals in a price of $9.89. So we can see that the revenue for this seller is going to be $13,381 per month. And we can also see the amount of reviews that this seller have. And over here we can get more details about the popularity, the potential, and the competition on this keyword as well. So I find it as a very useful tool when it comes to find keywords for our low content books or for any kind of book actually. So if you still don't have this tool, I will leave the link in the description for you to get yours. Once we select the keyword category that we are going to be working with, we can move on into the site specifications of our journal. And for that, we need to consider the following aspects: the journal idea, the dimensions, number of pages, the binding, and the interior pages. So for my journal idea, I'm going to be making the travel journal for women. I will be choosing my dimensions 7.5 times 925, and I will make 150 pages. My binding is going to be paperback, and interior pages is going to be black and white. Just keep in mind that you must decide these details before creating your book. You don't want to finish your book and find out you don't have the correct measurements. Now, to get the proper dimensions for our book, I will recommend you to come to this page. This page is a perfect guide for trim size, bleed, and margins. I will leave the link of this page in the description as well, so you can get the perfect sizing for the margins of your book. So once on here, I'm just gonna go and scroll all the way down. Here we need to decide whether we want our journal to be with bleed or without bleed. Choosing bleed, as we see in the right side, means that we don't leave any space in the journal. And the opposite goes with no bleed, as we can see in the left side. For today's example, I'm going to be working without bleed. So once we choose with bleed or without bleed, we can come to the section over here and we can check the sizing that we just choose. So I'm going to be working with these measurements over here. Once we have all the specifications ready, we can move on into the Canva homepage and start the creation of our journal. So I'm going to come back to my Canva homepage, and over here I'm going to click in create a design. I'm going to click in custom size, and over here I have to go and add the measurements that we select over here. So 7.625, and the other one is going to be 9.5. And I'm just going to make sure that my measurements are in inches, and I will click in create new design. Once Canva opens our design, we can move on into add our margins. To do this, we gotta go back to our page. Over here, I'm gonna keep scrolling down till we find the margin section. Now we have to look for the kind of margins that fit with our measurements. So because we're gonna make 150, our inside margins are gonna be 0.375. So we're gonna go back to our design, and over here we have to make sure that our rulers show up. And to do this, we're gonna go to the section of file, we're gonna click in settings, and we're gonna click in show rules and guides. Now from here we're gonna pull from left to right, and I'm gonna get my guides, and I'm gonna section it as the same number that says over here. So it's 375. So I'm gonna go closer so I can see better, and I'm gonna keep adjusting. So now I already have my first border, and I'm gonna pull from up to down to get the other one. So I'm gonna make exactly the same, 375. I'm gonna go closer again and just pull it till 75. And there we go. We already have our two borders from this side. To make the other two sides, what I'm gonna do is go to the section of elements, and from here I'm gonna pull a shape. So I'm just gonna go and adjust it till it fits in these squares on here. So I'm gonna go closer and I'm gonna place it over there. So now what we can do is just pull our shape and just place it over here. Now I'm gonna pull my second guide and I'm gonna place it in the other side, and I'm gonna put it down here, and I'm gonna make exactly the same, up to down, and then just pull my line next to my shape. And now I can delete my shape. So now I can move on into add the lines of my journal and start to make the designing for this one. And for this, I'm gonna go to the section of elements, and I'm gonna be adding a line. So as you can see, it added over here, but as you can see, it's way too thick. So I'm gonna go and reduce the thickness. I'm gonna click over it, and I'm gonna go to where it says line style. Over here, I'm just gonna keep it in number 1. Now I'm just gonna adjust it till it goes from one side to other, making sure that it stays inside of our margins. So there we go. We already have the first one. So I'm gonna move it a little bit higher, and I'm gonna start to duplicate. So I'm just gonna make 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing that I will do is just go and select all of them. I will click in position, and over here I'm gonna click in tidy up. Now I can go and just make them bigger till they fit perfectly into my journal. So also here, and then I'm gonna go and cut it over here, make the same from here, and there we go. Now they fit in my journal perfectly. Nice. So because it's a traveling journal, I'm going to start to make some customizing so it gets a bit more attractive to the buyers. So I'm going to be starting by adding the text. And for this, I'm just going to go to the text section, and over here we can go and add one of the templates that Canva already have from here, but I'm just going to be adding a title. Over here you can go and use this type of font, otherwise you can click over here and you can change your font. So I'm going to be using this one. I think it looks much nicer, and I'm going to be adding the date, so the people that is using this journal, they can remember the date that they use this one. So we can add on here date, and this line I will make it much more shorter, so maybe date closer, and then I can adjust it, so maybe over there. And I can also go and duplicate this one and add the location, and I can go and duplicate this line and just make it longer, maybe all the way till it fits the same margins. So there we go. We already add the location and the date for the travelers. So to make it a bit more fun, what I will do is just delete this one over here, and maybe also add the section of weather. And maybe I will go and make these letters a bit smaller so they're more nice, because I think they look too big now. So I'm gonna go and change all of them to make sure that I'm leaving the same size of font. I'm gonna be using the number 20, so all of them look the same. So I have 20 for this, I have 20 for this, and I'm gonna be changing this one over here. So number 20, and we also add our weather status. And I can go to my elements section, and from here start to look for weather over here, and I'm gonna go to the section of graphics, and I would like to see elements like this one. So what I would do is just go click in the three dots, see more like this, And from here we can start to grab elements. So maybe this one, we can add 3 kind of weathers. So maybe not so sunny, rainy, and maybe just add a sun. Sunny, rainy, maybe one more in the middle of here, so cloudy, and a sun over here. So now our journal would look something like this: sunny, rainy, cloudy, and not so sunny. Once I'm happy with the result, I can move on into duplicate my pages till it reach 150. So I can go and duplicate it one by one over here. Otherwise, you can go and click in the grid view. Over here, you can select over them and then just Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Duplicate them. I will make one more. So now we already have 5. So I'm gonna go Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Now we have 10. Now I'm gonna select this one. And I'm gonna keep going, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, till I get the 150. Two more and one more. Now we already have our 150 pages. Now we have complete interior of our journal. What we have to do now is just go and download it. And for this, we're gonna go to the square here in the corner where it says share. We're gonna click in download. And over here in the file type, we have to change it to PDF to print. Now I'm gonna click in download. Now we can move on into create the cover of our journal. To do this, we need to open our cover calculator to get the exact measurements for our cover. And for this, I'm just gonna go and open this page, kdp.amazon.cover calculator. So on here, we just need to fill the details that I mentioned in the beginning. So I'm gonna go, and over here, I'm gonna make soft cover. On here, I'm gonna make black and white paper, left to right. And for the measurement units, we gotta make sure we click on inches. Interior print size, we're gonna choose the same one as we chose in the beginning. So 7.5 times 925. And we're gonna click in 150 pages. Now I'm just gonna click in calculate dimensions. Now this page generates our template, so we just gotta go and click in download template. Once we already download our template, we gotta go back to our Canva homepage, and over here we're gonna make the same. Create a design and custom size. Over here we're just gonna follow these exactly measurements. And we make sure it's in inches, and I'm gonna click in create new design. Once it's already open our design, what we have to do is go to the section of upload. And over here, upload our template. So now it already uploaded my template. And what I'm gonna do is just click over it to add it into my design. I'm gonna place it all the way till it fits in the corner, and I'm gonna pull it till it fits completely in my design. So over there. What I would recommend you to do now is just go click over it and click in lock position. So what we have to do is go and add some shapes. We go to the section of elements and we click in this shape. So what we have to do is cover the same line of the borders. So I'm gonna go and place it over here. In case that you cannot see, you can go to the section of transparency and make it till 50. So you can see more clearly where you need to place your borders here. So I'm gonna go, and you can also change the colors. So maybe something like this, and just make this with the rest of the other borders. Now we already have complete all of our borders. What we can do is just unlock it and then delete it. Now we can start with the designing of our full cover. I would recommend you to get some inspiration, as it will make it easy. What I love about using Canva is that we can customize shapes, color, fonts, and even the color of the fonts. So you have 100% of freedom in the designing area. So what I will do is start by changing the color of my borders. So I'm gonna change them to black. So I'll click one, change all, and I'm also gonna put back the transparency. I'm also gonna go and click in my background so I can change also the color of this one. So now what I'm gonna do is just go to the section of elements and then just look for elements that I can use in my cover. So I'm gonna go to graphics and see what it looks good for me to use. So I like this element on here, so I'm gonna make the same. Click the three dots, see more like this, and then we can start to add more of these elements. So this one, I will change also the color of my borders because I don't think that they fit with here. So I can take one of the colors from the elements that we just add. So maybe this one, like beige, and then I will change all. So there we go. And we can go back to elements, this one on here, similar like this, and just keep adding the ones what we like. So maybe I will choose this one to add my title. So I already finished my background and I'm just gonna go and add the text. So we can go and choose one of these ones. So maybe this one, I like it, or no, maybe this one on here. And I'm just gonna add the title of my journal. So we're just gonna click and add traveling, then just journal, and there we got it. We already have also our cover for our journal. So I'm gonna download it. So I'm gonna click here and just download, and again PDF to print and download. Now we have our cover in the inside of our journal. So we can move on into upload it into Amazon KDP. For this, we have to open our KDP account. And in case that you don't have one, you can sign up completely for free. So I will just come here and then soft cover. And I'm gonna go and start to fill all my details. So in here, I will just keep it in English. Now we can go and add the title of our book. So I'm just gonna keep it exactly as my keyword over here. So travel journal for women. Journal for women. So something like this. Another keyword that we can use on here. So I'm just gonna keep it as my subtitle. Now we don't need this, The author, you can leave your name or a unique publishing company name. Ensure to not make trademark infringement. So I'm just gonna go use Mariana, then here Montoya. Just gonna use my name. And over here you can make a deeper description of your journal. So we can go and get very creative over here. On here I own the copyright. In this section we're gonna click no. And main store you can keep it in .com or will depend on your location, but I'm just gonna keep it on here. And we can move on into the section of keywords. For this I'm gonna be using my tool. So I'm gonna go to KDP Spy and I'm gonna go to the section of keywords. I'm gonna go journal for women and I'm gonna go and search for more keywords that can help me to rank. So results A to Z, and I'm gonna try to go for the keywords that are in green. So journal for women, inspirational quotes, journal for women notes. So this one is a good one. I can go and put it over here. So I'm just gonna go and search for this kind of keywords. So I will see if KD Spy helped me to find some more keywords. So traveling journal for women, traveling journals for women, traveling journal small. So as you can see, also most of them are in green, so that's a good sign. You can go and export it. So I think I will do this. It's easy for me. So I have complete with my KD Spy my section of keywords, but you can go also and just start to test them. So we can go search for this, and as you can see it has 3,000 results, which is very good because usually there are 10k, 20k, 40k, and it's 3k. It seems to be very good for me. So we can go and keep these keywords. Publications release, we're gonna keep it this one. You can schedule or put to release it now. So I'm just gonna click in save and continue. I'm gonna keep it as published without ESV. And over here we have to go and click in choose different sizing. So I'm just gonna keep it in this one. This is the one that we make, 7.5 times 925, and just keep indentation PDF only. And on here we can upload our manuscript. So it's over here and I'm gonna click in open. It's gonna take a few minutes till it loads. And now it has saved our journal. So I'm gonna go and click in upload my cover. So over here it's my cover and I'm gonna click in open. And it's gonna take a few minutes till it loads also. And we can go and open our preview. And we can see that everything fits perfectly. We can see that our inside journal fits perfectly and our cover is also complete to publish into KDP. So we're gonna click in approve. Over here it's appearing my printing expenses. So it's gonna be $3.55. So I'm just gonna click in save and continue. On here I can choose the price of my journal. So it says the minimum it has to be $5.92. So as we saw in our KDP's buy, the average price it was around $9. So I will leave it in 9. And now congratulations, you have already uploaded your first book in Amazon KDP. And all you need to do is just wait until your book is approved. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in another video.